And between the two, we have this little strip of land that's technically called a barrier beach, and in this case, it's Goosewing Beach. And it is really kind of a very unique, really neat, and relatively fragile habitat. Buffers the ocean out there, all the storms, and obviously a vast amount of marine life, and this very small salt pond, which has some fresh water coming in from the north and the east, and then a lot of salt water that gets dumped in. The tropics and a boundary, and you protect the boundary so it stops any storms. So like hurricanes that come along have to go through the barrier beach before they will get up and damage it. The barrier beach can provide protection from storms, hurricanes, and they also are a very unique habitat. Unusual species of dune grass and things that aren't found other places. And there's even a very rare endangered species of plant called the sea beach knotweed that we find a few examples of along the beach here. And all of these things are, again, like I said, somewhat of a fragile habitat. So one of the things that the Nature Conservancy does out here, besides protecting the whole habitat, is focuses on a couple of key species of bird that nest out here, the plover, piping plover, and also the leaf terns, who are part of that community. And to some extent, you can think of them as indicator species. If they're not here, that's probably a bad sign for this overall very important ecosystem. And this particular little strip of the ecosystem, sort of linchpin strip, the beachfront here. So apart from just protecting the beach in general, that provides habitat to many other species. Some of them we don't necessarily want, like this phragmites, these tall, weedy plants here that are invasive. But then also some very critical, very key, and also very endangered, or at least rare species that some plants and also take a look at. But
we also, just to add another thing, we do have some, I guess, rare, like state rare species of plants along the shore, south shore of Creek Pond along here. And one of the projects we're hoping to get into this fall is a Phragmites control project. So basically, we're looking to at least reduce the amount of patches of the Phragmites in certain areas. We have certain areas we kind of decided we would work at, and historically the piping plovers have nested out on the mudflats. Usually there's only a pair or two out there. The pond levels are really low, so we figured, we can sort of make that habitat better for plovers, for nesting plovers, and for feeding, shorebirds that use the area to feed. Sort of stop from spreading like that.
Yeah, and one of the problems with Phragmites, with this invasive plant, is that, like a lot of invasive plants, it actually changes the physical structure of the habitat that it grows in. So it actually makes it harder for the native stuff. Not only does it outcompete just by overgrowing the native stuff, some of them are very rare, but it actually changes the thickness of the soil and such to the point where the native stuff can no longer even grow there. Even if Phragmites were to disappear overnight, the structure of the area has changed enough that it actually is much more difficult. So it's a very hard task to really properly restore once the Phragmites gets in. It's kind of an amazing, terrible and amazing plant comes in. But anyway.
It's very difficult to control.
Yeah.